Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm going to be going over the fusion event that is just starting now in the game. Actually, for me, it should be starting in about 30 minutes, but for all of you guys, it should be starting by the time you see this video. So we have a new fusion for Astralon, this awesome looking champion. I think he just looks amazing. I'm going to go over his kit and the kit of some of the other champions that we're going to be fusing later on. But as you can see, it's a little bit unusual. You have to fuse 4 of the same champion. It is going to be this Lord Falconheart. I think Falconheart is really good, so at least they chose a good champion for us to fuse. So if you have the opportunity to get Falconheart and you don't want Astralon, great. At least get Falconheart. It's going to be worth it for you guys. All these rare champions, I don't like any of them, to be honest with you. This Void one is intriguing, Scrapper, but actually I think his kit's kind of trash too. So I'm not a huge fan of any of these rare champions. I cannot say that I really recommend keeping any of them. So basically you can kind of pick and choose your poison as for how you want to go about this fusion here. As far as the fusion goes, the event, the way it's set up, you can see we have the events locked right here. Let me put myself on the other side. You can see the events right here. You're going to have 2 chances to get the Lord Falconheart on its own, but both of those are going to be, walled behind the shard pool. So this Champion Chase tournament going on right now, basically, and the Summon Rush event. Those are going to be 2 opportunities to pick up Falconheart without having to fuse anybody. If you can do it, I definitely recommend it. Falconheart's really good, and we're going to go over his kit, but you're definitely going to want to get him one way or another. And then you're going to have a bunch of different available tournaments to get the other rare champions. As always, these things can be really resource intensive, so you kind of got to figure out, is this going to be worth it for me? Do I want to get Astralon? I mean, honestly, I think Astralon's going to be really good. He's going to be worth the fusion, but he's not necessarily a game changer. So if you aren't feeling him, if you don't like the way he looks or whatever, you don't think he's going to be useful for you, it's not going to be a bad one to skip. He's really an arena champion, so he's going to change the arena meta slightly, but I don't think he's going to be a game changer in the arena. So if you miss him, don't feel bad. You'll be fine, but I think he is going to be useful for a majority of accounts out there. So if you have the opportunity, you have the resources, I say go for it. Just make sure pick up a Falconheart on your way. Now, there's a whole bunch of other new champions that they released into this game, which I'm super excited about too. These are actually champions I'm more excited about than these fusion ones. But you have a bunch of new legendaries. You got a bunch of new epics. I'm in love with some of these epics, guys. So one of the things I want to do is I want to cover them, but I don't really want to do another video on YouTube with it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing little snippet videos on my Game On account. So I have links down below to download the Game On app for your Android devices, or you can just log in on PC. And I'm going to be doing like 1 to 2 minute snippets of all those new epic champions and some of the legendaries as well, just kind of covering them and how awesome I think most of them are. And I think that might be interesting for you guys. So it's a different opportunity for me to share some of that content with you all. So definitely go check that out. And that should be another way for me to kind of share this information with you guys. That said, let's go look at Astralon. Let's take a look at Lord Falconheart. And, the rare champions are terrible. I'm not even going to cover them, to be honest with you guys. They're not worth looking at. You don't want to keep them. But let's take a look at the epic that you need and the legendary that you're trying to get here. Okay, so Astralon right here. He looks phenomenal. Looks really, really good. I love the writing. This kind of biblical sort of thing, the full metal bodysuit armor thing. I mean, he just looks outstanding. Outstanding look for a champion. As always, they're killing it with the red halo. Oh, that's really cool looking. It looks really cool. Looks better than I thought it would. He's got great skills. Now, if you look at his base stats, okay HP, really good attack. That's actually really high. Defense is pretty low. Speed's not bad, 102. Extra crit damage, so this guy's meant to hit hard. He has a decreased defense on his A1. And he can team up with Countess Lix, another champion that's available. It's in the shard pool, I guess you would say. So that's not a bad skill. Anytime you get a decreased defense, that's always good. His A2 here is one of his better skills. Ignores increased defense, strength, and ally protection. If he kills somebody, he revives that champion with a shield and like half their HP. And he'll also place a shield on himself if he kills a champion. Being able to ignore increased defense, strength, and ally protection can be incredibly strong, depending on who you're facing. I will say this skill has very high multipliers, so it should hit extremely hard. So even if they don't have those buffs, that means they don't have a lot of protection. this should still hit extremely hard. Should be able to one-shot people in the arena, and the arena is a place where I see him being really useful. Also, this A2, the A3 removes all buffs from targets under Veil or Perfect Veil buffs, and then places a weaken debuff on all enemies, and then attacks all enemies. Also has a 75% chance of placing a stun on all enemies. That books up to 100%. Phenomenal skill. Phenomenal skill. Just a blanket, strip skill with chance to place weaken if they had Veil or Perfect Veil, and then places stun on everybody. Now, obviously, this is going to take accuracy, and it's hard to build an attack champion with a lot of accuracy, especially when you're in high-level arena. If you can get an increased accuracy buff in your team squad, that becomes a lot more manageable. And with that stun debuff, if you can land that, that's really nice because that can give your champions a whole extra turn. So you don't have to bring in all the nuke damage right away. He's going to be a good champion, guys. His passive ability is great too. Fills his turn meter with 3% every time an ally is hit, and then decreases incoming damage by 25% if the attacker's attack is lower than this champion. So he's really going to benefit from building his attack really high. It's like putting stalwart gear on him, guys. That's an incredible damage reducer right there. 25% is really big. So building him with a lot of attack is probably going to be the way to go. You're going to see a couple different ways to build him, though. You're going to see ways to build him with accuracy, so he can strip all those debuffs consistently. You're going to see him built just straight nuking, so he can just knock the heck out of people. There's going to be a lot of different ways you can build this champion, and I think all of them are going to have a place in this game and be fairly successful. This A2 here, ignoring those buffs, doesn't need accuracy. So even just as a nuke champion, he's got an AoE with a chance to stun, and he's got this single target that's really strong, and they both have pretty high multipliers. So I see him being extremely strong in arena. I see that really being the spot for him. He might be good in other places like Doom Tower as well. Not 100% sure, but I think that you're gonna get a kick out of playing with this guy for sure. If you have the opportunity, you have the resources to get him, I think that's going to be a great choice. Now, not everybody has those resources. Not everybody can do that. And I think that if it's a struggle for you, this is a fine champion to skip. I don't think he needs to be built out for every single person. There's definitely room to skip him if you're not feeling him. Personally, I say go for him if you can, but there's a lot of attack champions in this game. I don't think he's going to be the best one. So he's not going to be meta breaking or meta changing, and because of that, you'll be fine if you don't get him. We have Astralon. The other champion you're going to need to build out, the epic one, is going to be Lodric Falconheart. Now, yet another Sacred Order champion. Lodric, I mean, he actually looks really cool. I'm digging the black and white look here. He is going to be very good, guys. He's going to be very good. Decreased attack on the A1, solid. Books up to a 60% chance. That's going to be solid enough to bring into Clan Boss if you want to. Ally protection buff on the A2. That's always really good. The bonus here is it also gives you a cleanse. Removes all debuffs from one ally. Now, single target cleanse, not for everybody, but that could actually be really useful depending on who you put it on and when you're using it. You can cleanse a stun, say, for Clan Boss, place ally protection on that champion, and have that champion then place ally protection on everybody else, giving you that double ally protection, which is, as we know, is incredibly strong. So he might pair extremely well with, say, like a Skull Crusher or, a bunch of other different champions. I really like this skill. I think this is actually really good. So definitely somebody you'd want to keep an eye on as far as someone to bring in. And then his A3 here places shield buff on all allies, equal to 20% of his max HP. This is an HP champion, so that shield can get pretty sizable. Books down to a 2-turn cooldown, guys. 2-turn cooldown. So he's going to be phenomenal against Scarab King, obviously, right? He basically replaces Metal Shaper with better buffs and better debuffs going along with it. On top of that, I think his multipliers for this are actually pretty good. So there's a very good chance he's going to hit pretty hard. You can see he's got a solid base defense there, solid base HP. The speed is not great, but it's not horrible. This is a champion that I think if you do not go for, if you're not going for, what's her name, Astralon, then you definitely want to go to Lodric Falconheart. Great for spiders, great for Doom Tower. He's definitely going to, I think, even have a place in Clan Boss. There's you're going to want to get this guy for sure. So I think you can see Lord Falconheart is going to be really good. Astralon looks really dope. I mean, I'm just kind of in love with how Astralon looks. So just on that account, I want to get them. But as I said, if you're not feeling it, I think you're fine to skip this one. It's an arena champion. There's a million arena champions in this game, guys. There's epic champions that do amazing stuff in this game for arena. So I don't think there's a great need to fuse Astralon. That said, you know, it's hard to get legendary champions, and the pool keeps getting diluted. So whenever you have the opportunity to, if you can, I always say go for the fusion. It's very rare that you end up seriously regretting it. And, you know, otherwise, you know, you got to pick your poison, but you're going to spend those resources one way or another. The only time I would really hesitate is if you're spending your credit card resources. That's a whole different kind of story. But that said, at least get Lord Falconheart. I think you're really going to get a lot out of that champion, at the very least, pretty much no matter where your account is. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I wish you lots of luck in the polls tomorrow. I'm actually going to be on stream tomorrow, I guess today, Friday at noon, pulling void shards. So should have a lot of fun with that. So come by, check us out there. And yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments. Are you guys going to be fusing Astralon? Are you just going to be going for Lord Falconheart? Are you taking a vacation to the Bahamas? I'm curious. What is your plans for this fusion event? Because I think it could be really good for a lot of people. Either way you go, I think it's going to be really good. So let me know what you guys plan on doing. I'm really interested to hear that. And yeah, till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.